Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The NBA world is buzzing like never before after an unexpected move from the Boston Celtics that has left fans and analysts in a state of disbelief. Rumors started swirling late last night that the Celtics were finalizing a deal for Bobby Portis, a player whose presence on any court tends to spark conversation and stir emotions. Portis, known for his physicality, clutch performances, and ability to alter a game in critical moments, seems like an unusual fit at first glance for Boston's already star-studded roster. Yet, sources close to the team suggest this move isn't just about adding size or scoring in the paint. There's a strategic layer that could redefine Boston's approach this season. Inside whispers hint at internal debates stretching for weeks, with coaching staff and front office executives weighing the risk of disrupting team chemistry against the tantalizing potential of Portis' versatility. Across social media, fans are dissecting every highlight reel, every shot chart, and every past playoff performance, trying to predict how this acquisition might change the Celtics' trajectory. If this rumor solidifies into reality, the ripple effects could extend far beyond Boston, influencing trade markets, free agent strategies, and even the confidence of rival teams who now must recalibrate their defensive plans. Sources hint that the Celtics' motivation isn't solely tactical. There's a psychological component at play that insiders say might be just as crucial. Portis carries a reputation not just as a scorer or rebounder, but as a locker room personality capable of energizing teammates, and whispers suggest the Celtics have been searching for exactly that kind of spark. Some analysts speculate this is a preemptive strike against teams like the Milwaukee Bucks or Philadelphia 76ers, squads that thrive on physicality and depth, forcing Boston to counter with a player who can match intensity without being a primary scorer. The rumor mill is filled with imagined scenarios. Portis stepping into crunch time moments, Boston rotating lineups in ways that keep opponents guessing, and the Celtics redefining their identity on both ends of the floor. Even casual observers have joined the conversation, debating whether this move signals a championship push or a gamble that could backfire. Every channel, every podcast, every tweet seems to be analyzing potential fits, comparing past performances, and dissecting Portis' ability to mesh with stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The speculation has grown so intense that even former Celtics players have been drawn into the chatter, weighing in with opinions on how such a signing could influence playoff rotations and team morale. Whether it's a calculated masterstroke or a headline-grabbing risk, the buzz surrounding Boston's alleged pursuit of Portis is impossible to ignore. Adding fuel to the rumor is a series of subtle signs spotted around Boston's basketball operations. Cryptic social media posts, a sudden spike in ticket sales, and casual leaks from insiders hinting that negotiations are more than just idle talk. Portis' agent has reportedly been in close contact with Celtics management, though official statements remain tight-lipped, as if both parties are aware that the suspense itself drives engagement. NBA watchers have dissected every detail, from Portis' most recent injury reports to his playoff efficiency, creating endless threads of speculation about whether Boston is targeting him for a specialized role or planning a more transformative integration. Rumors suggest that internal analytics point to Portis excelling in high-pressure, small-ball scenarios, which might indicate the Celtics are preparing for a season where versatility trumps traditional lineups. Social media chatter ranges from optimistic predictions about game-winning performances to skeptical takes questioning whether Portis' style aligns with Boston's defensive schemes. In the arena of rumor, every leaked whisper or ambiguous interview becomes evidence, feeding a narrative that grows more elaborate by the hour. Fans in Boston are reportedly torn between excitement and anxiety, many refreshing sports news feeds continuously to catch the slightest confirmation or denial. Analysts continue to map out hypothetical rotations, imagining how Portis might share the floor with key contributors, and debate is intense, colorful, and often contradictory. The suspense has taken on a life of its own, blurring the line between speculation and anticipated reality. Insider sources hint that PORTIS' rumored arrival may also affect other players' futures, as whispers suggest the Celtics are re-evaluating contracts and potential trades in response to this possible addition. Conversations behind closed doors reportedly involve intricate discussions about minutes, role adjustments, and long-term roster planning. The rumor mill suggests that even veteran leaders have weighed in, expressing cautious optimism tempered by concerns over how an intense personality like PORTIS might influence locker room dynamics. Fans and journalists alike have started creating fantasy scenarios where PORTIS' energy either propels the Celtics to the top of the Eastern Conference or destabilizes chemistry in subtle, unpredictable ways. Betting odds and mock standings have shifted almost overnight, reflecting the sheer uncertainty this rumor has injected into the NBA landscape. Conversations on podcasts and YouTube channels are littered with what-if questions, dissecting every possible statistical outcome from rebounds per game to clutch time shooting percentages. Even rival teams are rumored to be monitoring developments closely, perhaps adjusting their scouting priorities and rotation strategies in anticipation of PORTIS joining Boston. The speculation has reached a fever pitch, blending insider leaks, analytical projections, and social media frenzy into a single, intoxicating narrative that has captured attention across the league. Every angle, every potential impact, every speculative ripple is being considered in this unprecedented storm of rumor, leaving no aspect of Boston's basketball future untouched by the chatter surrounding PORTIS. Adding to the intrigue is the timing of this rumored move, coming just as the Celtics were showing signs of consistency in early season play. Analysts whisper that management may see this as the perfect moment to strike, injecting fresh energy before playoff races intensify. There are murmurs that PORTIS has been preparing for a transition, subtly modifying his training and public persona to align with Boston's style of play, though no official confirmation exists. Sources close to the situation hint that team meetings have taken on a different tone recently, with hints of strategy adjustments designed to integrate a new versatile forward seamlessly. Fans speculate endlessly about how this potential acquisition could alter starting lineups, bench rotations, and even the balance of power within the locker room. Social media has exploded with animated discussions, highlight breakdowns, and predictions ranging from cautious optimism to wild scenarios where PORTIS becomes the X factor that propels Boston to a championship run. Every rumor seems to feed into another, forming an almost conspiratorial narrative that has captivated even casual followers of the NBA. The potential ramifications extend beyond a single season, as whispers suggest Boston is already envisioning long-term strategies with PORTIS as a critical puzzle piece, influencing everything from draft priorities to free agency plans. In this atmosphere, speculation has become a form of entertainment, a shared narrative that's as compelling as the game itself. The financial angle adds another layer of gossip, with insiders hinting that salary cap considerations, contract structures, and potential future trades are all being weighed carefully. PORTIS' contract history is dissected across forums and media outlets, with every clause scrutinized for its potential impact on Boston's flexibility in upcoming seasons. Rumors suggest that if the deal goes through, the Celtics might leverage PORTIS as both a tactical and financial asset, perhaps opening pathways for future moves that could further reshape the roster. Analysts speculate on cascading effects, other teams recalculating their strategies, fans adjusting expectations, and media coverage intensifying as the story grows more elaborate. The interplay between rumor, speculation, and financial strategy adds a layer of intrigue that fuels endless discussion, as each potential development prompts a fresh wave of analysis. Sources whisper that even the coaching staff is considering how PORTIS' presence might alter practice dynamics, team culture, and in-game decision-making, highlighting the multidimensional nature of this rumored acquisition. The Celtics' alleged pursuit of Bobby PORTIS has become a story not only about basketball, but also about strategy, psychology, and influence, blurring lines between reality and conjecture in a way that captivates the imagination of fans and analysts alike. Every detail, no matter how small, is dissected, debated, and amplified, creating an atmosphere where rumor dominates narrative. Finally, the human element of this rumor cannot be understated. As insiders claim, PORTIS himself is actively engaged in discussions about fit, role, and vision with the Celtics, creating a feedback loop that fuels speculation further. Sources suggest that casual comments from teammates, fleeting social media interactions, and even cryptic media interviews are analyzed for hidden meaning, feeding an almost obsessive attention to detail among fans and journalists. The rumor has sparked a wave of narrative building, where imagined scenarios compete with reported facts, and every new piece of information is magnified into a potential confirmation. Analysts speculate endlessly about chemistry, morale, and leadership, with many suggesting that PORTIS' style could inject energy, accountability, and a fresh perspective into a team already contending for top honors. Even casual observers have become amateur detectives, combing through interviews, footage, and statistical profiles to anticipate how the Celtics might adapt. The suspense has created a carnival of conversation, where insiders whisper, fans debate passionately, and analysts pontificate, all orbiting the central question: what would Bobby Portis in Boston actually mean? Whether this rumor solidifies into reality or fizzles out as speculation, it has already transformed narratives across the NBA, leaving an indelible mark on discussions about strategy, roster construction, and the unpredictable magic of rumors in shaping perception. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Whispers from inside Boston's training facility suggest that the potential addition of Bobby Portis is already creating subtle shifts in team dynamics, even before any official announcement. Sources hint that the coaching staff has been running hypothetical lineups in practice, imagining how PORTIS could impact spacing, defensive rotations, and pick-and-roll efficiency. Rumors suggest that players are adjusting their communication styles, experimenting with rotations, and even subtly altering their work habits in anticipation of a teammate who could redefine the team's identity. Social media chatter amplifies every movement. Cryptic tweets, ambiguous Instagram stories, and old highlight reels suddenly resurfacing, all interpreted as clues pointing toward the inevitability of this acquisition. Analysts speculate on everything from Portis' defensive matchups against elite forwards to the effect his presence might have on Boston's already potent three-point shooting schemes. Even casual observers, who might not follow advanced stats, have joined the conversation, debating whether his intensity and energy will complement or disrupt the established hierarchy. Sources inside the organization whisper about locker room conversations being colored by speculation, with teammates both curious and cautious about the kind of personality Portis might bring. The rumor is evolving into a narrative of anticipation and tension, blending basketball strategy, human psychology, and media intrigue into a single, electrifying story that seems to dominate NBA discourse overnight. Further fueling speculation are reports that Boston's front office has been quietly engaged in advanced statistical modeling to evaluate Portis' potential impact on both ends of the floor. Rumors suggest they've analyzed thousands of scenarios, projecting outcomes for rotations, lineup efficiency, and even clutch-minute decision-making with uncanny detail. Some whispers claim that executives are excited by Portis' ability to stretch defenses, crash boards, and create mismatches in ways that traditional analysis might underestimate. Fans and analysts alike are obsessed with dissecting these hypothetical contributions, imagining how Boston could pivot during tight playoff series with Portis playing a key role. Social media threads are overflowing with speculations, meme-filled reactions, and intense debates over whether Portis is a secret weapon or an unpredictable gamble. Podcasts and YouTube channels are dissecting every subtle signal, from contract negotiations to off-court behavior, as if each detail might tip the scales in favor of the rumor. Rumors even extend beyond Boston, with rival teams reportedly adjusting scouting reports, analyzing potential matchups, and reconsidering defensive strategies to counter the Celtics' newly imagined rotation. In the rumor ecosystem, every small hint or ambiguous comment is magnified, fueling a complex narrative where fact and speculation intertwine seamlessly, leaving fans and insiders alike breathless with anticipation. Speculation has also centered around how PORTIS might influence the Celtics' cultural identity, with whispers suggesting that his competitive fire and outspoken personality could energize practices and instill a new sense of urgency. Rumors hint that the coaching staff sees him as someone capable of inspiring teammates, holding them accountable, and pushing younger players to elevate their games. Fans are buzzing over imagined scenarios, late-game possessions where PORTIS dominates, unexpected highlight reels that electrify TD Garden, and moments where his intensity changes the course of high-stakes games. Analysts debate endlessly about chemistry, with some whispering that Boston is willing to gamble on personality to achieve championship-level cohesion. Even former players and insiders are drawn into the discussion, offering their take on whether a figure like PORTIS can thrive in a Boston locker room already filled with established stars. Speculation is particularly intense because it combines tangible basketball benefits with human unpredictability, creating a narrative that's as psychological as it is strategic. Every piece of information, every subtle gesture in interviews or social media, becomes fodder for interpretation, feeding a rumor that refuses to settle. This evolving storyline has fans, analysts, and even rival organizations on edge, all captivated by the possibility that Bobby Portis might arrive and redefine Boston's trajectory in ways no one can fully predict. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.